invite you to just come to a stand. Now, if you're doing this seated, then start from the hips and come up through the torso and find the version of this that works for you. Remember, this is your practice. This is your movement. This is your journey. The movement that you do should feel right in your body, regardless of the movement that I'm doing. I'll offer lots of options. Finding your way to nice, tall, neutral alignment, meaning that the hips are engaged. Maybe you're tucking in the vertebrae. Your chin is neutral and your gaze is directly in front of you. Yeah. Just take a moment and draw the shoulders up towards the ears and then down and back. We're that with the breath. There's up towards the ears. As you exhale, bring the shoulders back and down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders come up. Exhale, back and down. Last one. Inhale, shoulders come up. Exhale, back and down. And keeping that length in the collarbones and the chest, and find that neutral posture, pushing the feet into the ground, engaging the abdominal muscles, lengthening through the spine. Chest is open, gaze is directly in front of you. Shoulders are back and down. Jaw is softened. Forehead is softened. Just take a deep breath in and sigh it out. From here, we're going to go in just a very gentle movement. So find a comfortable stance for you. Find a comfortable stance for you in terms of how far the feet are apart. We're going to start with a neutral, comfortable position. From here, relax your arms and just start to wiggle the arms. You can call it a helicopter, you can call it windshield wiping, whatever you prefer. What we're doing is twisting the body. Twisting is a motion that gets forgotten in our daily movement. Now, if you watch little kids, they're little wiggle worms and they move in all directions. They're like little slinkies that kind of flip flop this way and that way. As we get older, things in our body get a little less flexible. One way that we can bring that flexibility into the body is through movement. So adding in a little bit of twisting is a way to bring out the tightness and tension that we have in our body. Think of if you're twisting a wash rag and it's filled with water. Each time you twist, you get out a little bit more water. It's the same thing with us and tension and tightness in the body. So from here, I invite you to bring your legs a little wider, however it's comfortable for you, and bring your arms out into a T. And we're just going to twist a little bit, just very lightly. Not a big motion. Be mindful not to lock your knees. And then come back to your neutral position. From here, bring arms up towards the sky, however it feels comfortable to you. And then exhale, Bring arms back out to that T. Inhale, bring arms to the center. Exhale, open up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, out to your T. Inhale, arms to the front. Exhale, out to the T. And we're going to change that up a little bit. This time, inhale, one arm comes up, one arm comes down. Exhale, come back to your T. Inhale, one arm comes up, one arm comes down. Exhale, come back to your T. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, back to your T. Last one. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, back to your T. Go ahead, relax your arms, wiggle your shoulders around. Any kind of wiggling that you want to do. From here, we're going to come into, if it feels comfortable to you, we're going to come into a little wider stance. So again, make sure there's a slight little bend in your knees. You're not locking your knees. There's all kinds of variations to do this. So if having your legs that wide creates pain in your body or feels uncomfortable, shorten your stance. You can still do the same motions. You're just going to do a different version. So find the stance that's comfortable to you. And you can place hands on your hips, hands on your thighs. This is where having either a countertop or a table, a real sturdy piece of furniture can be helpful here as well too. So we're going to just bend the other knee and come side to side. So we're just moving side to side with a little bend in the leg. So if you're standing tall, this looks like this, with just a little bit of a bend. Another version is hands on the hips or hands on the thighs. And then the other version is bringing hands down to the ground or having elbows on the thighs. There's lots of different versions that you can do. This is just a little bit of movement. It looks however you would like. This is a little bit of play. And then from here, we're going to come to one side. We're going to turn that front foot so it's facing forward, back foot. We're up on our thighs, or up on our thighs, up on our toes, or you can just drop down onto a knee. If this is uncomfortable on the knee, grab a blanket. Put the blanket under your knee. Always feel free to use the resources around you. Make your practice what you need. Now, again, there's a couple of variations here. You can have hands on the thigh. You can have an elbow on the thigh and one arm down. You can be up with hands on the thighs, or you can be holding on to a piece of furniture to keep you feeling steady or to keep you safe. Choose the version that works for you. There's no right way to do these practices, you guys. Your movement should happen the way that you need to for your body. Now, from here, we're going to add in a little bit of a twist. So if you're down on the ground, one thing you can do is bring the arm up towards the sky. If some version of you is up onto your thigh, you can just bring in a twist by bringing the other arm across and bringing the other arm behind you and just having a little bit of a twist. So again, always be mindful of your body, your journey. You're moving in a way that doesn't create pain in your body. And then we're going to come back to that middle position. Come back to that stand and walk your legs in for a moment. Just kind of wiggle, walk the legs. We're going to come back to our windshield wiping, just twisting out the tension in the body. Here, I invite you to pay attention to what's going on in your body. How do you feel? What do you feel? Do you notice a little bit different movement that's available in one side versus the other? This right here is a great movement to do right before you go to bed. It helps to release some of that tension in your body. And if you're doing a little bit of flopping your arms on your body, kind of like I'm doing right now, just letting the arms flop and collide with my body. It's just one more way to feel the connection, to feel that I exist in space, but also to connect my inner self with my physical self. It's a way for me to remind my mind that certain areas of my body exist, and to reconnect with them, to notice them. All right. From here, we're going to again find your version of your standing position. This time, we're going to do slightly different arm movements. So, bringing the arms out to a T. Here, I invite you to pay attention to what does it feel like in this area. When you open your arms, what do you notice in your body? What happens in this area of your body as you open up your arms, open up the armpits, but also is there a change that happens in the torso and the hips and the low back that you notice when you open? Because all of our body, all of our body is connected. No one area works by itself. So as you come into this star pose, what do you notice a certain area of your body wanting to do? And if you don't notice anything, that's okay too, guys. So stay here for just a moment. Take a breath in, take a breath out. And then we're going to bring one arm across and then flip the arms over. Bring the other arms across. Flip. And we're going to do that in a slow motion now. Flip. And just rub one arm up towards the chest. Kind of like you're opening up a bow. This is a good lymphatic massage. So it doesn't need to be aggressive. It's just real light, running the hand up and down the arm, maybe onto the chest. Coming back to our star pose, we're going to relax the arms and turn the front foot forward. Come back into that lunge position. And again, you can do a version standing up. You can do a version down on the ground. Drop that back knee. You can have a hand on the ground. You can have a hand up thigh. Choose the version that works for you. And then from here, we're going to add in that twist. So if hand is on the ground, arm can be up in the sky, or it can be back on the hip. If you're up on your hands are up on your thigh, choose a version where your torso is twisted, and then just put your back arm wherever feels comfortable for you. Maybe it's up on a piece of furniture, maybe it's up against a wall. There's no wrong answer here as long as you're not inviting pain into your body. The movement of yoga, the movement that we're doing in yoga, it's not meant for us to master these poses. It's meant to help us learn more about our body. What are different things that are going on inside of our body? Where does tightness exist? Where does tension exist? And how can we see those things and release them? And bringing ourselves back to that neutral position, however you get there, you can do this in a couple different ways. We're just going to come back into a child's pose. So you can do this on the floor. You can do this in a chair by having a piece of furniture in front of you and just lengthening the arms out. You can do this on your bed, or if you prefer, if you're sitting in a chair, you can, and you don't have furniture in front of you, you can just do a forward fold, meaning you just simply bend forward and let your head relax. Or you can also do a version of this. If you have a desk in front of you, um, and you're sitting by just putting the arms out in front of you. Choose a version that works for you. And then from here, bring yourself up to your seated position. And taking a moment here to cultivate a little bit of gratitude for yourself, for the amazing person that you are, gratitude for all the blessings around you, and gratitude for the brilliant light that resides within you. The light in me honors and cherishes the light in you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing something wonderful for yourself. Have a fantastic day.